Hi, folks. We're looking at a very interesting historical character, that is Julian the Apostate, from 332 to 63. Flavius Claudius Julianus, Roman Emperor from 361. Born at Constantinople, nephew of Constantine the Great. In 337, after the murder of most of his relations except his half-brother Gallus, Julian, a very studious child, was given to the care of Mardianus and Eusebius of Nicodemia. The young child had strong pagan upbringing, leanings, and was banished um, with Gallus in 345 to the remote fortress of Masilum in Cappadocia. People tried to bring him back, bring him under the Christian influence in 351. When Gallus was made Caesar, Julian became free to leave Cappadocia. He went and became, in 351, Gallus was made Caesar and Julian became free to leave Cappadocia. He went to Constantinople and then to Nicomedia, and then he studied Neoplatonism mainly through the Sophist Maximus of Ephesus. Execution in 354, Julian was held captive at Milan. In 355, he gained permission to visit the schools in Athens, where he was initiated into the Lucian mysteries. While studying there, he studied with students such as Saint Gregory of Nyazanzen, and 6th of November 355, he was brought to the army of Caesar. He showed military ability, and in 357 made a decisive military victory at the Alemanni Strasbourg. He was also a very enthusiastic administrator and did a great deal of work in Gaul. When Constantius' jealousy of Julius' popularity sought to take over the flower of Julian's army for his Persian campaign, the soldiers resisted and proclaimed Julian emperor. Civil war was only prevented by Constantius' death in November 361. Julian embarked, when he became emperor, on an ambitious program of reform. As to the church, he wanted to degrade it and promote paganism by any way he could, even by open persecution. He tried to establish heathen worship throughout the empire and encourage imperial schools to teach the pagan ideas. And he published theological and philosophical works trying to refute Christianity. He also tried to reform the morals of the paganist. The winter of 361 to 2 at Constantinople in May 3. After the winter of 361 to 2, in May 362, he set out for Antioch in preparation for a campaign against the Persians. In Asia Minor and Syria, his strict discipline and strong anti-Christian policy made him very unpopular. In March 363, he set out for Mesopotamia. On 26th of June 363, he was struck by an arrow and died the same night. The well-known story that he died with the word Vishi Gallia, thou hast conquered the Galilean, is not fully accurate. It was a later embellishment. Julian died as an extensive author and is an interesting historical character, and that's why I've talked about him today. You can't really understand the history of this period unless you understand these different emperors, because they all different shade on the political and theological debates of the time. So thank you for listening, and God bless you.